Welcome to the post-interview section of episode 1805 of The Keith and the Girl Show. Go to keithandthegirl.com or find us on iTunes if you search for Keith and the Girl. Today's guest was Liam McEneaney.
Oh, they really put me through the ringer today.
How do you think the show went?
I'm exhausted. I think it went well. I think there was a stretch when I wasn't saying too much that was funny, but I think I got out of that. There was a 15-minute stretch where I wasn't contributing too much, but I think I got out of it okay.
Do you worry that you are not being funny on a show? But we're our show, I don't think you have to be funny every other second. It is funny naturally.
No, I mean, it's good. This is a talk show. We conversate. And so I don't have to be funny while I'm talking to you. But I feel like there are certain points where I throw in a joke and I'm just like, oh, I wish I hadn't said that.
Everybody was supposed to fall off their chair.
No, it's just more like I know the difference between something funny and something not funny. Right. And sometimes I don't hear it until it comes out of my mouth.
Danny Hatch, one time, he did his show and he would actually mark what went over and what didn't. It's not healthy.
That's great.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to think about it once I leave here, but...
He had to stop doing that halfway through that episode. He's like, this isn't working out to make a better show.
But you could let it go? Like, let's say something... I thought everything was fine. Mm-hmm. Do you ever do a show, somebody's show, and you leave and you're, stuck on it all night? Or do you just move on?
I used to be, but, it's like I had less going on in my life back then.
Okay.
Is there anything embarrassing about... Is that, what you would consider the most embarrassing thing that could happen on this show?
No, I think the most embarrassing thing that could happen on this show is if I get blackout drunk... and then offended everybody and had no memory of it.
Bring in the shots!
What's funny is I did WTF with Mark Maron,
right.
And I really got into kind of the program talk, in specific detail, and people got mad at me because it was like, you're not really supposed to even talk about it in the first place.
I think more people should.
I think it's helpful.
And of course, everybody in AA listens to Mark's podcast.
Right.
Well, I feel like talking about it, we talked about today on the episode, we talked about not just AA, but also Al-Anon. And I feel like people worry about going to meetings like that. They worry that it'll make them seem one way or another. And right. I feel like when you hear just your average person talking about it.
Well, first of all, I'm very famous.
Yes,
but I get your point.
But it makes it less scary. It makes it less like, it's a meeting.
No, it's absolutely true. The reason I talk about it is I'm not embarrassed. I've got a problem, and I'm taking care of it. I'd be more embarrassed if I wasn't taking care of it. And also, it's even I don't consider myself a sobriety role model.
If you failed, and somebody blames my role model or somebody else, if they can't do it, I'm not going to bother. Or they blame AA. Obviously, AA can't help. Look what happened to Liam. They're looking and will find an excuse anyway. I like people. I think more people should say. I get the rule. I think more should say.
I would say the last 3 years, my life has gotten exponentially better. I'm definitely, the decision to quit drinking has been the best decision I've ever made. I've gotten in touch with parts of my life that, I just, fallen out of. And I'm my life has become so much richer.
You also seem better. You just...
Yeah, I'm healthier. Yeah. My thought processes are getting healthy, which is good.
Really? Giving up alcohol didn't make you less healthy?
But it's I was talking to the guy who got me sober, and he was after a year, and he was like, yeah, you really used to have this really cruel streak, and it just seems to have gone away. And it's yeah, there are certain things, and if I fuck up, if I relapse, I would be honest about that. I would probably come on your show and say oh man, I really fucked up, and I'm in a horrible place right now.
Yeah, you can't picture Liam coming back and being like, I fucked up, but I gotta tell you, not for nothing, not the worst thing at all,
dude, not for nothing, but fucking up every relationship in my life is just really working out for me.
I'm doing me.
Well, we want to know what's really going on in your mind, and with the help of our fans also, they're going to psychoanalyze you after you tell us what you see in this ink blot.
What do I see?
We're all looking at it. We have our own opinions, but we want to start with Liam. Liam, what do you see in this ink blot?
It is a horse with a cock and balls face.
I see what you're saying.
Well, I saw cock right away.
Of course, it's a cock.
I feel like it's a cock with eyes. But
dude, is this from the official?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. This is paid for. Yes, I paid for this thing so we can have an official ink blot.
You know what we were thinking? I was going to have some artist draw kind of fuzzy, but you passed out and vomit, and we see what you see, and we'd be like, really? Because turn it upside down, it's an old lady.
These are some balls that need some buzzing, but
dude, I think it's hilarious that some psychiatrist thinks this could be interpreted as anything other than cock and balls.
You know what I see? Piss Christ.
Really, it's funny because it's a picture of a family. It's interesting you see a dick.
Well, let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know what you think of our opinion on it.
If you hold it up to the light, actually, it says there is no dick in this picture. You have to relax your eyes.
And also tell us what you saw in the picture. Generally comment, spread this video around. Thank you for listening. Again, this has been Liam McEneaney on the Keith and the Girl Show.
KeithAndTheGirl.com